Hey everybody, welcome to the update of August 9th, and this one is kind of cool. So they're implementing full body tracking, and so yes, in the video you can see that the spheres are very opaque, but eventually they'll become more translucent, as they say. Internally, they just want to make sure that they understand it and that it shows and that it works really well. And so they've been focusing on making sure that people with full body tracking are fully supported. And honestly, good on them. So that's what that update has so far, and it's actually quite nice. Next up on the agenda, gesture icons. So what they're adding to is they're actually adding some hands that will overlay on top of your UI that will sit there so that way if your hands are off screen where you don't see them in front of your face, you can understand what gestures you are pushing. Now, a lot of times VR chat avatars will be puppets to where depending on your gestures, you could actually be in charge of different things. And so with those gestures, the overlay will tell you what your gesture is and how you're overlaying that, which is kind of neat. And it works out really well for some people. Not everybody technically needs such a thing, but it's a good thing that adds for accessibility for people who like to do ASL. So, good on that. Next up on the agenda, the mirror. Now they're adding a laser pointer to the mirror so that way moving it around is a bit more immersive and you'll be able to push it back and forward a little bit more. One very important thing is they made it so that the VR chat logo on the back of the mirror doesn't get all stretched out when you move the thing around. I know, priorities, right? Weird. On the case, they are working on getting the mirror to be a little bit more in tuned to where you can stretch it, based upon like tight scale, so it's not always an exact square. So you can tell that they're definitely working on that to bring your personal mirror to another level of standard. Now the VR chat team seems to think that the mirror is actually pretty close to being done after this update, so they don't see themselves working on it much more, which, in my opinion, that's fine. Again, let's just point it out for one last time. This could have been done 5 years ago, but whatever. Next one, and they're making a very small point about this because of how big it is. They're adding more slots for avatars, worlds, and favorites. Now, why haven't we had so many in the past, or why have we been so limited? Well, they're implying that the backend hasn't had the capacity to hold that many. Now, I'm reading here on the side here, and it shows more favorites. This feature is simple. To get you more favorites for avatars, worlds, and friends. Thankfully, it's on its way out. This task finished its server-side implementation and just needs the VR chat application to be updated to handle it. We expect to have this ready in the next live beta, which, I'll be honest, we all want more slots, and that's a lot of the things that the mods have gave us the opportunity is to have more slots. Well, again, they're adding it to the world, so it seems like they're slowly starting to listen, finally. But that's okay. Again, I digress. It's always fun to poke fun at them, but, let's be honest. I've already decided to stay here, so you might as well poke in good fun.